It's Tuesday, April the 18th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today evening update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, gun violence broke out today in Druitt's Village, St. James, for the second time in 47 days. Unlike the previous occasion when 18-year-old Kemar Haynes suffered multiple gunshot injuries, no one was injured today. However, an outraged resident is linking both incidents, adding that the gunmen will return again. The head of this country's Umbrella Teachers Union says the educational system is destined for a catastrophic collapse due to an upsurge in deviant behavior in schools across the island. Addressing the annual conference of the Barbados Union of Teachers this morning, President Pedro Shepherd also suggested that the educational system would be better served with the removal of Minister Ronald Jones and his senior officers and the scrapping of the majority of school boards across the island.
The practice of the Minister of Education nominating some political persons to chair and serve on school boards need to be revisited. We have found that some of those members have not a clue what their role is on these boards. Furthermore, I do not see the need for individual schools to have individual boards either. Take a leaf from the private sector and appoint 4 boards to oversee the 22 schools across Barbados. Let there be meaningful and sustained reform in education and start now. The vehicle can be repaired, but we need to change the bodywork man, and definitely it can't be the same driver. The 2 or 3 navigators in the vehicle who refused to alert and offer technical advice ahead of the collision may also be better off not traveling in repaired vehicles.
Driving tests are becoming nothing short of a nightmare for learner drivers and their driving instructors. Instructors are crying out against the long lines, lengthy waits and tests, and the treatment meted out to some learners and instructors by the licensing authority. Veteran driving instructor Erskine Cumberbatch tells Barbados Today frustration is mounting because there has been no replacement of the testing officers who once numbered about 8 and have now dwindled to 3.
It will put a strain on the testing officers who will be working to fill this void, and it's also going to put a strain on us, the driving instructors. For instance, my student was here at 5:30. It's now 20 minutes to 10. I'm not sure if it's going to be done because they might do about 10 or 12 tests today. You never can tell. Normally, there would have been between 40 and 60 tests a day. But now, at the minimum, you would have to come and sit down and wait. I might be here till 3 o'clock this evening, then to be told come back another day, maybe next month.
Barbados will host an estimated 800 regional and international security and disaster personnel in June for the annual exercise Trade Winds. It's the regional multi-agency, multinational security and disaster management exercise held in the region in partnership with the United States. Major Carlos Lovell is the host nation Corps Director for Phase 1 of the exercise. He told this morning's media launch that this year's program will be based on real-world threats to the region.
The scenario this year will be based on the familiar threats of transnational organized crime, terrorism, and natural hazards causing national and regional crises. The scourge of illegal drugs, illegal arms, and human trafficking are some of the familiar issues for which Trade Winds 2017 will seek to enhance our capabilities to counter. It will also seek to develop new techniques and procedures to combat unfamiliar threats to Barbados, such as the use of improvised explosive devices, threats to key government infrastructure, and kidnapping, just to name a few.
Major Lovell added that while there may be questions on the need for Barbados to host the exercise at this time, Bridgetown and the region stand to benefit for several reasons.
Exercise Trade Winds will not only serve to strengthen our relations with our regional and international partners, but It will also allow us the opportunity to strengthen the skills and capabilities of the local military, law enforcement, and disaster response agencies as they endeavor to deliver the highest quality of service to the people of Barbados and the region. Furthermore, the economic benefits and other benefits to be gained from exercise trainings being staged in Barbados are noteworthy. Much like the other countries who have hosted this exercise in the past, Barbados has already benefited from the foreign exchange that has and will continue to be injected into the local economy from as early as last year, October, until the end of this exercise.
Phase 1 will be held in Barbados from June the 6th to 12th and will continue to Trinidad and Tobago until June. The Barbados Meteorological Office has issued a high surf advisory and a small craft warning for the island from 6 p.m. today until 6 p.m. tomorrow. It is expected that northerly swells of 10 to 13 feet will start to affect the coastal waters around Barbados, particularly on the west, north, and eastern side of the island from tonight. This will create unsafe conditions for small craft operators. Now, sea bathers and other users of the sea are also advised to stay out of the water.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling. This month now it stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You're going to call that sunset news. Call at night time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I couldn't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
a pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We are back with news from the region now. Tobagonians are suffering from a growing food shortage. This according to the Tobago House of Assembly Minority Leader Watson Duke, who also fears that prices will drastically rise.
My phone has been bombarded by the citizens of Tobago who are concerned about a food shortage that's growing. It's still at an embryonic stage, but it's growing.
THA Minority Leader Watson Duke says a few basic goods such as meat and ketchup are already hard to get in the stores, as persons are panicking and stocking up on food items. Duke says there is also the concern that food prices will drastically increase once the superfast Galicia makes its final sale next weekend. Duke says government's proposed solutions to the problem are simply not viable.
On the international scene, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to review a temporary visa program used to replace foreign workers in high-skilled U.S. jobs. Now, the order directs agencies to enforce government rules on excluding foreign contractors from bids for government projects. He signed the so-called Buy America, Hire America order on a visit to a tool factory in the U.S. state of Wisconsin. In more global news now, police say a man suspected of randomly shooting a grandfather on an Ohio street and posting video of the killing to Facebook has taken his own life. Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams said during an encounter with police he committed suicide.
I want to officially announce that the search for Steve Stevens has ended. At approximately a little bit after 11 today, Pennsylvania State Police officers received a tip that the vehicle that we were looking for, the white Ford Fusion, was in a McDonald's parking lot near Erie, PA. Those officers responded. The vehicle fled from that area. There was a short pursuit in which the vehicle was stopped. As the officers approached that vehicle, Steve Stevens took his own life.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.